Hello traders, welcome back. So I want to review 1 month of trading this account. It's honestly been a whole roller coaster, mainly because I've realized that I have a problem with my entries, and then my system is still not very defined. Now that is something that I'm working on. Now let's start with the first week. The first week I traded for 4 days. I should have only traded for one. That was the first day, and that was this day. The logic behind that was we had collected orders above. Now the problem was the fact that we collected and then we broke back in. Now the buys would still be viable, mainly because it's a higher time frame level. That would be the main reason. So I did take a buy, but I kind of rushed into that buy, and then I was not fully convinced of where my hard stop would be at. Because if I was to buy at this level, I think I did buy at this level on this candle. That was the first hour candle of the 4H candle. And it means that I am okay risking the whole of this. Now, was I? Not really, because when it started retracing, I got scared, then got out, but eventually did go all the way to the take profit level. Now, me trading on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday was basically just me doing the most, because I should only trade after it breaks above this level. So all these trades were not good trades. Then we have week 2. Week 2 looked like this. Let's see. Delete Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Now this was week 2. Technically still has not broken above this level. So I should have only waited for, this was Thursday, only for Thursday and Friday to trade. But I was trading on Tuesday, which was okay, and then I traded this in the New York session. This is actually a New York trade. That was let me see the next day. That was this. After it broke above, I took this buy, but then again it came back down to retest, and I was like, I'm not like sleeping with an open position, so I had to exit that trade. But on Friday there was a really good setup with a break above yesterday's high, but I wasn't looking at the chart, so I did not take that trade. That was week 2. Now week 3, interesting stuff. Let me see how that looks like on these charts. Yeah, so on week 3 I should have also not, let me see. Week 3, this being Monday, invalid. Now this was interesting. On Monday I decided to rush into this trade. I think my 4H candle was opening somewhere here. So I had already fantasized about how it was going to go and open, mainly because I was thinking about another week when it did that, and I did not enter that time. So I was like, no, today it's going to get to this level. See, it never got to that level. So that was just a bad Monday. I mean, I kind of did break even, but it was not good. Every other trade would be invalid up to Thursday. But then again, on Thursday, I would only be looking for, no, not on Thursday, on Friday, I could have been looking for continuation sells. But then again, the low was too close to yesterday's highs or yesterday's low, so that was not particularly valid. But voila, I did, I did trade after all. So basically, week 3 should have only traded on, not, because the only valid trade would be on on Friday. But then again, the entry was not particularly very clear. So should not have traded on that week. But I did. Then now, the amazing week, which was this one. No, wait. I am missing a week. Yeah, 13. No, I am definitely missing a week. This week, I'll put it in. I don't know where it is. But when it broke above, this break was in Asia, so I did not have an entry. And the European session was in the middle. I should not have been trading, but I wanted to, obviously, because I hated the fact that I had missed the entry in the Asia session. Now, this kind of, the FOMO I'm getting when it comes to missing good trades in the Asia session is making me think that I would probably have to wake up early in the morning to trade the Asia session. Not all the time, but in case it does break, because it breaks and then I have an entry, but I am asleep, so I cannot trade when I'm asleep, obviously. So I'm thinking that I would probably want to do that in the future. So Monday was poorly executed. I think it's this, right? Yeah, this was the Monday. And then Tuesday I did get a trade, which was a continuation buy off of Asia breaking above. It was a break-even trade because it did not, the New York session came to form this low, because this low was forming the New York session, so it did break below again. So that was break-even. And then on Thursday, how was the chart looking like on Thursday? Did I trade on Thursday? I did. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Now on Thursday, it was break and break back in, because Asia created the highs and then broke back inside the range of yesterday's daily candle. So I took a sell. Did not manage it so well because I could have actually made more here. It's just that I was greedy and wanted more. Because I would have made enough to go back to break even, but did not manage that so well. And also I wasn't very, like, the setup was right, but the entries, because the problem is the entries. My entries suck. For my system to work perfectly, I need to trade on the right day for the right reasons and then have perfect entries. That is the only way my system works, because if my entries are poor, I will not hold on to the trade. So this one was well executed. I liked that. And then on Friday, should have taken buys, but again, my entry was not the best, because usually if I take a trade late and then it starts retracing, I don't like it. Then I exit the trade, and then eventually it does go to break even. It does go to take profit. So entries are the problem, and I want to have very consistent entries, because only then can I have consistent results. I cannot have consistent results if my entries are all over the place. So that was that week. And then now, so I got out of the trade mainly because of it was retracing, but there were buys. I think there were only buys. Okay, it doesn't really say if there were buys or not, but they were. Then the next week, wow, this was interesting. This was quite sad. Now, it was inside selling Asia. Now, because based on all the charts I looked at, it wasn't a clear break and break back in. But since it's this close, I think I should just take it as a break and break back in. Now, the problem was I was fantasizing about it continuing higher. I started buying, and I should not be buying like this. I should only buy above this level. Still, I know above that level, right? I would only be viable for continuation sales. Did not take continuation sales. I was taking buys, and then I was, excuse me. Then I was taking them I think I was taking the buy probably somewhere here. So it would go up and then still respect that level. Go up, respect that level. That was like the market telling me to get out, but I wasn't. So eventually it crashed down, and I lost that, which was too much, honestly. It was a lot. Because by the time I was here, I think I was $30 in drawdown. And then all this, now this started the week off a wrong foot. And then didn't trade this day. Did not manage. I wasn't so sure what was happening here, because if you look at the charts, it's more of this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, I would have liked it to sustain above this level, but it didn't. It broke below. I was thinking, okay, then it's continuation sales. But then again, we did break, and then we broke back in Monday's low of week, which tells me that maybe sellers are not particularly sure what's going on. So I did take 2 trades that were sells. Yeah, this one. And then I think I took the sells at this level. Yeah. Then it got all the way down here. Then when London opened, realized that it's holding this support. When London opened, I literally watched that whole trade go back to break even. And I think it was like at $120. Watch it go all the way back to break even, because again, I was not so sure. The approach is not consistent, because sometimes if I'm selling, I realize I should only sell below the low of the week. Now it has broken and has broken back in and sustained inside, support, then continued higher. I also did trade here, poor entry. Like this, the logic made sense, but the entry was poor. And then New York came to crash it all the way down. And that is this. That was this. It was not, I mean, it wasn't the worst. Much better than than on Monday, but still. So yeah, so Monday was this yesterday actually. I don't know, I'm speaking as if it's like Monday, the day broke above and I was buying. But the problem was that I just randomly bought. I wasn't, my buying was not, my entry was not systematic. So yes, the market did continue higher, but since I bought without particularly thinking about the risks involved with the buying, I watched that trade go all the way, retrace all the way back down to my supposed entry. And then I got out, and as soon as I got out, it continued higher. And I was just like, why? Why? So that being said, because of now what I did yesterday, I'm only left with, I think, what is it? Like $100 to blow the account. And I don't know if I'll be able to, I don't know if I'll hold it. I'll see what strategy I'll use. Probably only take one trade because I was taking 2 trades or even 3 trades sometimes. And then see if I can hold it for longer, because it would be nice if I can reverse this course of action, because what I've been doing has not been consistent, and clearly the results show, because it's not, I've been all over the place, but it's okay. I'm still refining it, and as soon as it's perfect, then I'll be able to trade very consistently, and that's kind of the whole point of this all. So the conclusion for this month is the fact that my entries are okay. First of all, my system was not very clear, because I don't do the same thing every day. I trade based on how the market is moving. That's what makes it complex, because it would be simpler if I was just randomly taking buys for the sake of it, but that's not how I want to trade. I want to trade in a way that is very systematic. So there are still a lot of things that I wasn't so sure about. Working on that. 2, my entries suck. So I've been trying to make them consistent to the point where I enter the market the same way every time. That makes it easier for me to hold on to a trade even when it's retracing. And then then I should probably maybe reduce my position sizing so that I can keep this account alive. I would really like to reverse course. That would be amazing. And get out of drawdown and then pass the phase 1 and the phase 2, and then hopefully get a payout. So that's kind of what I'm working on this month. And we did not start off very well, but I'm hopeful we get there. So as of now, what I am looking at is the fact that even with this retracement, buyers have taken over and they're back in control. So I am looking for this to continue higher up to this point. Now the issue is the entry. I would only have an entry on the first day. So I don't think I'll be trading for the rest of the week, because there's the chance that it will do a lot of this before it's able to crash up again, because this will be buyers stacking up those orders slowly, and then we break out. So yeah, that's it. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. I'll see you next month when I make the review for the next month. Bye.